Section 5.6, special factoring formulas. We have two formulas in this, I should say three formulas in this section, which we would like to learn how the formula works so we can factor some other kind of special polynomials using the formulas. So these guys are binomials, so you only have two terms in the what? In the expression, only two terms. The first formula we're going to learn is called a squared minus b squared, which I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's called difference of two squares. Difference means you got to have a subtraction. Two means you got to have a binomial. You can have a trinomial or four-term polynomial. And a square means powers of two. These guys have to have powers of two for us to what? Factor. Incidentally, just a little note on the side, if you have a squared plus b squared, which is called sum of two squares, guess what? These guys never factor, so they are prime factors. So that means unfactorable. So the sum of two squares is unfactorable, no answer. But the difference of two squares, what? Factors as a minus b, a plus b. Incidentally, square root of a squared is a, square root of b squared is b, and that's how we got these off of these original what? Expression. So here is a bunch of examples. X squared minus 49. Did you know this is the same as x squared minus 7 squared? How did I know this is 7 squared? I took the square root of 49. I came up with 7. So looks to me what? This is the difference of two squares. However, a is equal to what? X, and b is equal to 7. So according to the formula, this guy splits into a minus b, a plus b. So this would be a minus b, a plus b. And the order doesn't matter. You could also write this x plus 7 times x minus 7. And that's the end of the problem. Either or of these two answers is correct. The order doesn't matter. So do you see how I factor out the difference of two squares? What if 49 shows up first? Then, guess what? This would be 7 squared minus x squared. In this case, a is 7, b is x. So you have to follow the order. You don't have to have x going first. It all depends what goes first. That particular square root of that number goes first. In this case, the answer is 7 minus x, 7 plus x, as opposed to previous example, which was x minus 7 times x plus 7. So please follow the order. Sometimes, yes, you do have a what? Binomial. Yes, there is a difference. Yes, these are squares. They are powers of 2. 9 is 3 squared. 81 is 9 squared. But first, you gotta what? See if these guys have anything in common before you use the formula. So in this case, 9 is in common, so I'm going to pull that out. And now I'm going to say, aha, inside the parentheses, I have difference of two squares, but the 9 goes for the right. So this would be x squared minus 3 squared. Remember, square root of 9 is what? Is 3. Square root of 89 was 9. But I wasn't supposed to rush and what? Follow the formula, because I do have a greatest common factor which I should take care of before I use the formula. So I'm going to use the formula for what I have inside. So it looks to me a is x, b is 3. Remember, 9 goes for the right. Don't drop it. It's part of your answer. X minus 3, x plus 3. So what you see inside the box is the final answer. Do you see it? Is this guy difference of two squares? Yes, because the square root of 4 over 9 is the square root of 4 divided by square root of 9, which is 2 over 3. Square root of 100 over 49 is the square root of 100 over square root of 49, which is 10 over 7. So what I'm saying is, in this case, I can write this as 2/3 x squared minus 10/7 squared. So now I have a difference of two squares, so a is equal to 2/3 of x and b is equal to 10/7. Then I'm going to use this formula, a minus b times a plus b. So this would be 2/3 of x minus 10/7 and 2/3 of x plus 10/7. Once again, the order of which binomial goes first, it's not an issue. You could have written this guy first and that guy next. It doesn't matter, still the same answer. This is difference of two squares because the square root of x plus y squared is x plus y. So this would be x plus y squared, and the square root of 25 is 5, so that's 5 squared. However, in this case, a is equal to x plus y. This guy is your a, that guy is your b, and b is 5. So therefore, the answer is brackets x plus y minus 5 brackets x plus 5 y plus 5. You can remove the parentheses and brackets, but you can remove the brackets but keep the parentheses. So this is x plus 5 minus x plus y minus 5, x plus y plus 5. So what you see inside the box is the final answer for this particular binomial, which turns out to be difference of two squares in disguise. Do you see it? The next one is called sum and difference of two cubes. Okay, sum means add. Is that right? Difference is, we know what difference is. Difference is what? Subtract. Okay. But and you still have what? 2, which is binomial. But instead of the squares, you have cubes. Cube means what? Powers of 3. Powers of 3 is called cube. For instance, 8 is 2 to the power of 3. Why? Because cube root of 8, not a square root of 8, but cube root of 8 is 2. 125 is 5 to the power of 3. Why? Because cube root of 125 is 5. 64 is 4 to the power of 3. Why? Cube root of 64 is 4. 27 is 3 to the power of 3. Why? Cube root of 27 is 3. So the question is, if you have a cubed minus b cubed, the answer is a minus b times a squared plus a times b plus b squared. If you have a cubed plus b cubed, you get a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. The way the signs work goes as follows. The first little parentheses always take the same sign as the original. Okay. The middle term, which is a times b, would be opposite sign of what you started with. And a squared and b squared will be always positive no matter which form you have. In other words, these guys would be always positive. The only terms, change their signs depending whether you started with negative or positive, is this guy, which usually takes the same sign, and this middle guy, which takes a opposite sign. Do you see it? So with that in mind, let's see if we can factor these sum and difference of two cubes. This is x cubed plus 27. Remember, 27 is the same as 3 cubed. So it looks like a is x, b is 3 in the second formula, formula number 2, because this is sum of two cubes. There is a plus sign. So the answer is a plus b, which is x plus 3. So remember, you drop the powers. You only take these guys as your a and that guy as your b. So this would be x plus 3. Then you raise x to the power of 2. You raise 3 to the power of 2. What goes in the middle? the multiplication of 3 times x. What would be the sign of this guy? If this guy is plus, this guy is negative. They're always opposite of each other. And what would be the sign of x squared and y squared? Always positive. So these guys will be always positive. But the sign of this little inside the little parentheses comes from here. And the sign of the middle term, which is multiplication of 3 by x, it's if you put plus here, that becomes negative. If you put negative there, that would become positive. So they're opposite of each other, correct? X cubed minus 125, remember cube root of 125 is 5, so that means I can rewrite this as x cubed minus 5 cubed. So A is x, B is 5. It's not 125, it's 5. What does the formula says? It says write this as what? A minus B, which is x minus 5, square x squared, square 5, and multiply these guys, you get 5x in the middle. If this guy is negative, this guy has to be positive. What about these two guys on the, left and the right side of this trinomial? They're always positive, always. So the answer is x minus 5 times x squared plus 5x plus 25, and there's not much you can do with that. This is as far as it goes. What about the number shows up first? Remember, cube root of 64 is 4, so I can write this as 4 cubed plus x cubed. In this case, a is 4. Remember, this is your A, this is your B. So B is x. According to formula number 2, this is the sum of 2 cubes. So the answer is 4 plus x times square 4, 4 squared, square x, x squared. In the middle, multiply 4 times x. Is that right? Remember, the sign of the middle guy is opposite of what you put here. So this is negative. And the sign of x squared and 4 squared, rain or shine, is always positive. So what would you say the final answer is? X plus 4 or 4 plus x times 16 minus 4x plus x squared. This is as good as that guy gets. This trinomial never ever factors if it comes from the sum and difference of 2 cubes. These two trinomials, they never factor. Okay, few more problems and we should be okay with this section. Cube root of 27 is 3, cube root of 125 is 5, so this guy is 3 times this x quantity cubed. This guy is 5y quantity cubed. What I'm saying is, in this case, in this problem, A is what? 3x, and B is 5y. So if you can recognize what your A, and B is, then you can follow the formula, write the factored form. So what is it? It's 3x plus 5y, that's A plus B, times a squared, so that's 3x squared. Then here we got b squared, which is 5y squared. Then you got to multiply these guys out, so that would be like 3x times 5y would be the middle term of this trinomial. What about the signs? Remember, this guy is negative because it has to be opposite of what you put inside the first parentheses. And the guys on the sides, they are always positive. So how would the final answer look like? 3x times 5y, 9x squared minus what? 15xy plus 25y squared. Final answer. The next one, you have something cubed minus 64. You and I, we both know cube root of 64 is 3, so I'm going to write this as x plus 5 cubed minus 4 cubed. Well, guess what? Your A is x plus 5. Your B is 4. So the way this guy factors, you go x plus what? 5 minus 4 times you square this guy, which is x plus 5 squared. You square that guy, which is what? 4 squared. Then you multiply these guys. You get 4 times x plus 5. Okay. As far as the sign, remember you put a minus here, so this guy becomes positive, and these side guys, they are always positive, rain or shine. So the final answer looks like it's x plus 1 because 5 minus 4 is 1. This guy is x squared plus 10x plus 25. What did you do? I multiplied this guy by itself twice and I used foiling, and that's what I got. Then I'm going to distribute the 4. That will be 4x plus 20. Then 4 squared is 16. So the final answer is x plus 1, x squared plus what? 14x, and that's what? 45 and 16, is that right? And that will be 61. Final answer. This is as good as that one gets. You can rewind the tape and video and kind of go over the step slowly if you missed anything. In this case, I have difference of two cubes, so looks like this is my A, that is my B. So A is equal to x plus y, B is equal to x minus y. So because I got parentheses, so I'm going to use what? Brackets. So the answer is what? A minus B times one more bracket, this guy squared, that guy squared, which goes on the side here, and then multiplication of these guys go in the middle. Is that right? Like so. As far as the signs, because the first bracket, set of brackets got plus, so this has to be opposite of that, and the side terms will be always opposite. So looks like if I distribute, I get something like this. Here I, multiply x plus y by itself and FOIL it. I get x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Here I get what? X squared minus y squared. And up here, if I multiply this guy by itself twice, I get x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. So cleaning this up, these guys cancel. So I get 2y times, let's see what I got. I got 3 of those guys. Then these guys cancel. These guys cancel. Is that right? So let me see what I got. I will be left with what? Y squared, this guy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our final answer. Thank you.